Figured I might as well go ahead and record this. So I'm actually swapping out to new pieces. Not that I need them, but like I said, this is a wear item. I can see like little threads, and there's nothing to do with the fact that there's anything wrong with this. I can go ahead and throw this back on, but I'm swapping over to the new ones just because I want to show you something. This is part of that installation process, right? So you've got the screws there down here in the bottom, but if you look, there's a slight gap. Now that slight gap is two things. It still allows you to use the plastic cover. So you can use the plastic cover and it slots down into there, but just keep in mind that it's also going to very slightly open up the space for what I'm going to show you right now. And this is realistically why I'm doing this, was to kind of show how this goes in and how it's keyed or locked or whatever you want to call it, into place. You know, it's funny, and I just realized I am filming this in stinking vertical. What a bonehead. All right, so let's take this off, and you're going to see debris, because that is what happens. So see the debris in there? So every once in a while, you might have to take the piece off and get the debris out of there, just so that the body lock consistently fits correctly. Now you can see, just like the original, the dirt does get into these channels, and there's really nothing that you can do about that. Otherwise, I suppose you could tape it off, but what would be the point of that? You leave it alone, and the dirt kind of like has a place to go. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, inevitably, because of how this thing is treated, the dirt's got to go somewhere. Might as well just leave it alone and let it go into the channels. So I'm going to go ahead and just use a little bit of water and clean that up. Just a little bit of water, clean that up. Take a paper towel, wipe it. Good enough. Does not need to be perfect. We're not going for perfection here. So, good enough. So, grab my new piece, which, like I said, is not needed, and then just slot it in, just like that. Take my screws, and screw it in. Now, you can use a driver, a powered driver, but for something like this, just because it's 3D printed, unless you've got the clutch set to 0, you know what I mean? You're better off doing it this way. Even though this is a very strong TPU print, you still want to make sure. See, even though that screws sideways, watch. It's because it just hooked in. There we go. So you should see that gap, if there is any, close up. And we are threaded in and tight. Perfect. So that's the body lock. That's how you go ahead and install the body lock onto this thing. Just take off the originals, use the original screws, put on the brand new ones. They slot right into place, and every once in a while during a cleanup, you might have to pop them off and get the debris out if you notice that the body lock is not holding. Also, like I said, it is a wear item, so you know, eventually these might have to be replaced. I'm not saying that this is a non-replaceable, you know, forever used thing, which these pieces right here probably will never, those things will probably never wear out. These, I don't know, body rub, do you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Maybe in some disastrous crash in 0-degree weather or 30 below, maybe one of these might snap, but you can still get these pieces individually as well. So you can see there's a screw. It's a 2.5 or a 2 or whatever the heck it is. I provide you with the things here, all the bolts. So you get 4 bolts, two for the front. So you can see coming through the front, and then 2 for the back. And it uses the existing body pin location. So you're not threading into the posts. You're basically threading into the TPU print. So, and you can see these ones. These are mine. Like, I mean, I've bashed the ever-loving crap out of them. You can see, like, they're starting to get worn on the top just from crashes. But, you know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. There's your rears. There's your fronts. screws from the front or the back, however you want to do it. Screws from the side, either from the outside. I recommend that. Going from the inside would kind of be dumb. And then these little riser blocks. These are my green ones. No one's going to get those ones. I thought I'd show you what it's supposed to look like. Get in there. So that's how it slots in. See how it slots in? So it slots into the cage. And the way you know whether if yours works or not is to be able to pick the whole truck up by itself without the body pins installed. Now if at some point you go to pick it up, there might be debris or something that kind of caused, whatever, mismatch or an alignment issue. But to know that it's still in good working condition, obviously check the actual lock itself. And then to release it, you just push it on the sides and it releases. So that's how you know. And then, like I said, with these 90 degrees, can I show you? Get this out of here. The 90 degree just made more sense because you're coming in from the back. See what I'm saying? Instead of trying to go this way where there's no room, that was dumb. This, look at this. Look how easy this makes it. And this is using one hand, which you should be able to do anyway, right? Push, boom, done. Perfect. That's how it should be, looking like that. And the fronts are the same. So what I wish they did is I wish they did the single tether instead of having the two, because that probably would have worked if they did a little nub right there, or maybe you could do it right there. Maybe you put it in there and have the single tether replacing the two tethers. But yeah, buy the kit. Just buy it.